My friend Vinny. Haven't had him on the show. It's got to be like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I built this studio like 2 years. So,
Yeah.
been like 2 years since you've been on. There's been a lot that happened in both of our lives, but especially yours online for sure.
Yeah.
Happened a lot. We're going to get to talking about that. We're going to get to talking about your cars, your vehicles, what maybe we'll get a little sneak peek on what you want to keep, what might have to be sent away, and then maybe we'll just bullshit about everything else that's going on in the world, huh?
Little yap sesh.
Let's get right into it, my man.
Talk about this thing that's in my brain. It keeps me from wanting to go on, but I want some gain. Maybe a little fame.
What is up, dude? Your fucking YouTube is actually blowing my mind. And
it is fun.
We'll talk about Instagram in a minute because that's actually killing me.
The Instagram is definitely like, that's kind of where it's at right now. And then I'm just trying to grow the YouTube. TikTok, I've kind of just left that to just brain rot and just shit post.
You still post on TikTok?
Yeah, but a lot of dumb shit
Okay.
that's like doesn't matter at all. And then like whatever I post on Instagram, I'll usually put on TikTok. But other than that, yeah, dude, shit posting on TikTok, trying to grow my Instagram, which it's growing, and then trying to grow my YouTube. And it just definitely takes time. It takes a lot of fucking time, dude.
Oh yeah.
A lot of time.
Have you seen, like, as your Instagram's grown, have you seen followers come over to YouTube, or not that many? Is it more its own following?
That is a very good question. They're kind of their own followings. There's a lot of overlap, but it's mainly there's overlap, but they both kind of have their own like audience.
I gotcha. We should probably clarify for my audience, what the hell do you even do online?
Do a lot of car stuff.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. Do a lot of car and truck stuff.
Okay.
And I mean, I am a photographer. That's kind of how I started off in all this. But it's mainly what I'm posting is, the car and truck stuff.
You've been in the cars as long as I've known you, though.
Yeah, that's just a life
end of the
thing.
day,
Yeah, that's just like, this was the inevitable, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about it for years.
Yeah. Like, this is something that, even when I didn't have anything to post, I was still posting on, like, for YouTube. I was still posting, like, my friend's shit, going to shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So that helped because a couple things definitely popped off with that. Little stuff, but it helped my channel a lot. And then on Instagram, I have my photo page. So that kind of, I was never doing my own stuff. And nothing popped off until I started owning my own cool shit and building my own cool shit.
Okay, so it was a little under the radar until you actually had something of your own to show off.
Exactly.
And do your own kind of material.
And that's kind of what I was like waiting for the whole time too. Just making sure.
That was the so the X7 was the first one.
Or
was it when you had the other Beamer?
No. So what really did it was my car now, the X3. That was
My apologies. I thought it was an X7. X3.
Nah, dude, I ain't got money like that.
Ain't got that kind of bread. Okay. So once you got that though,
and like honestly, nothing was really happening with that either until, I mean, it's all such superficial bullshit. But until I put like wheels on it and lowered it, like,
interesting.
it doesn't. You get no real traction. That's the problem with having trying to grow on these platforms, is that people don't really give a fuck about you until you do something cool for the most part, which sounds fucked up, but I saw it in real time where it just took me doing shit to my car for me to actually start growing.
Interesting.
And getting like a following. Super fucking stupid, but it kind of is what it is. That's just how people work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think, and also I don't think it was something that was totally unexpected from your point of view, but it was also like, really? Like this?
Exactly.
I got to go to this level?
Exactly.
So have you seen any growth since you got the truck?
No, because I haven't been pushing it as much. It's
Totally
completely
different market.
different. Completely. And what I notice now is that when you post, like, the two different audiences will show. If I post something personal on my page, it'll go to people that know me, or at least close enough to my page. If I post something about my car, it'll reach that. That's what I've been testing also with all this shit. It's like, how does Instagram kind of differentiate all these people? So when I post my truck, a certain group of people see that. When I post my car, a certain group of people see that. When I post me, a certain group, and there's a lot of overlap too. But you see, like, I post a picture of my car, it gets 500 likes. I post a picture of me and my friends, and this is all stuff I've been witnessing. It'll get 120 likes.
Sure.
I post a picture of my truck, it'll get maybe 200 likes.
Interesting.
It's really weird. It's interesting. I'm in the beginning stage of it, but I'm starting to figure out now, like, I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see what I've always wanted to see, which is, like, how does Instagram actually differentiate?
Right.
It would be a lot nicer if everybody saw everything, but to the same point, like, people might get annoyed
if they're not going to like
seeing,
it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if they're not going to like it, they may be unfollowing, they may be, yeah. So I kind of agree there.
Yeah. It actually could be a good thing. But I'm really trying to mesh everything together.
For sure.
Because that would be ideal. Like, my buddy who has a big following on all the platforms, but I noticed on YouTube, he has or not on YouTube, on Instagram, he has a big following for his Mercedes.
Okay.
But he just bought, like, a Crown, shout out to Dusty, he just bought a Crown Vic.
Oh,
and like, which is completely fucking different. Not even fucking
it's in
close.
A different realm.
So different.
It's a different realm.
But I noticed he posted the Crown Vic for the first time, and like instantly almost got like 1,000 likes within like half an hour.
That's so
like,
weird.
There's some overlap there. I mean, he has a large following, but like there was something there that triggered everybody to. So that's cool. So like I'm testing. I look at other people's stuff to see, like, you know. For some reason, I'm interested in it because eventually it's going to be pretty beneficial. But, you know, I'm just trying to figure all that shit out. Yeah.
As you keep getting larger, especially on Instagram, but I think YouTube is a big one too. Mm-hmm. As you start getting bigger, do you feel like the environment's not the word I'm looking for, the community, the way that like the car and car influencer probably community. Do you feel like it is an overall positive thing, negative thing? How do you feel about it?
Honestly, because I know, like, it's actually crazy now I'm talking in this light, thinking about it, that like I'm kind of in it, so I see it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool people like that I've connected with just through this bullshit. You know, like there's a lot of cool people that support each other.
Yeah.
And like I know sometimes I'm kind of lazy. I don't respond to shit. I'm kind of like not the most attentive, but like I think people know, like, I have good intentions. I see everybody posting and stuff. Like, it's cool to see, like, it's actually fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Truly. Seeing, like, the community and seeing all these people that are doing similar things. But, you know, that's why monetarily, it's like, oh, fuck, is this going to be too oversaturated? But in the end, like, it's you that people come back for. So if there's a bunch of us that people are interested in coming back for your content, like, it's kind of unlimited.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might come for the car in the first place. They're going to stay because of the person.
Because of you. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense. So you've enjoyed it.
Yes. Yeah, honestly. Like, although I'm stressed out in fucking every aspect of my life practically, like, that's the one thing when I reflect on it, it's like, thank God it's going the way it's going.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I know when we were talking about it in much younger days, and there was a lot of even stress about how you were going to get yourself started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my biggest thing when we were in that point was you have to just go in some direction and do it.
Dude, it doesn't, like, it's not like, you do have to fuck up, but you just have to, it's not even about fucking up. Know that you just have to start, and if it gets fucked up, whatever, but just keep working the avenues.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I love that for you, though. So you've enjoyed it. How does your like immediate friend group, like as like an aside, when I started the podcast, they were very mixed feelings, especially the friend group. Like I lost a ton of followers, gained some, but lost a lot of followers in that respect. And then now it's kind of dialed in where I don't really lose any followers for posting my stuff, and I'm fine with that. That's good. But how does your actual like friends that you grew up with, or friends that you still maintain in your personal life,
they don't really give a fuck.
Have anything affected with that?
You know my friend group. Like, it's kind of like, I don't even know what half of, like, we've been friends forever.
For sure.
We grew up together. We know the same people. We have the same friends. I have like a certain friend group that like I've always also hung out with.
For sure.
They don't give a fuck. I don't even know what half of them do from a day-to-day basis.
Fair enough.
So like, that's how you know like you're friends with someone. Like you don't keep up with anything, but you're just locked in with each other.
Yeah.
And like, they don't really give a fuck. We always bust each other's balls about everything. But like, other than that, like outside of the bullshit comments about referencing videos I've made, like fucking Nick saying like, here's 3 reasons to buy an XM3. He always says that and pisses me off. But like, he'll just bust my balls with that. Other than that, like, yeah, no, it's all been good, but it's mainly because, I don't know, we've always just been on the same bullshit wave.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which is good. It's good to be that way, but, you know, that's definitely something that I've also been blessed with. Like, I don't feel any judgment or anything.
That's true.
So it's, and I don't give a fuck either way, but like, it's good. It's good.
So if you were to recommend to a younger version of yourself or just a young kid out there looking for help to get their page started, specifically as an influencer in the car kind of niche, what would you say?
Honestly, I would say, I'm trying to think of something that's not common that everybody says. I would listen to things
if it's common and it works, that's the best advice, though.
So I would say the things that you hear people saying about always post, don't worry about what people think, 100%.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't matter. But get your finances in check. Understand that, like, don't revolve around whatever you're trying to do. Don't make that your personality.
Sure.
Be yourself. Don't ruin your life over a car. Don't put yourself in too much debt. You know, there's an audience for whatever the fuck it is. And just find something that you could afford to make cool, to show off, and put your face in front of the camera. Yeah. You know, don't drive yourself crazy. I was in crazy debt for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Not because I was rushing it, because I was finally doing my first build. It's stupid. Like, I put myself into debt. It wasn't for the YouTube stuff or Instagram or anything like that.
It's because you wanted to do it.
Exactly. It's because I wanted to do it. I have no fucking patience.
Yeah.
But I would say,
also forced you to earn some money.
Yeah, it really did. It forced me to get out of debt and stuff. Even like right now with my truck, I just completely put myself back into debt. Yeah. The same amount of debt we were like as before, the same number. So
but you also, in a way, like, not to sidetrack from the point you were making, you also, in a way, since you've dug out of a hole before,
I know I could do it again.
You know you can do it again.
And like
you're in a
monetarily with my job.
You're in a better place than you were that first time.
So much better. I don't know how the fuck I was doing it before.
You're barely swinging it, bro. I was buying all your beer.
Yeah, like literally, I couldn't afford to live. You don't want to be in the position that you can't afford to just live normally.
I think that's important to hear.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, you probably could have started your channel with a fucking Camry and done some stupid shit to it.
I literally had a Camry before it.
Done some stupid shit to it, but you probably could have.
Yeah, I hated that fucking car.
Oh, I know you did.
I hated that.
You couldn't wait to get rid of it.
Why the fuck did I buy this car, bro?
And you got rid of the truck that you loved, dude.
Yeah, bro. It was such a fucking...
Yeah.
But what are you going to do, yo? It was...
I love your new truck compared to your old one, though.
Yeah.
Just by way of how... I wouldn't say, like, it's as fun yet.
Yes, exactly.
But being as though it's not as fun yet, it's also a lot newer.
Yeah, it's so much newer.
You have a much better opportunity to make this one last a long time, whereas the last one, like, you keep it too much longer.
The fuck out of it. Yeah,
well, not even that. You keep it too much longer, you're running into issues like, this is an old vehicle. It's got new problems every other week. Like,
100%.
Type of thing. Like, you probably got rid of it at a time that was opportune, especially the way that you were using it, probably.
Yeah.
Like, you get the Camry. It's like, I can't really do the
fuck
same
out of
things.
it, but I didn't worry about it because it's Camry.
But you also can't do the same things you were doing in the truck.
So boring, bro.
But I think the point that you made, though, to the youngins out there, don't get yourself into too big of a hole.
That's the biggest thing, bro.
But that doesn't mean, like, you find yourself in a hole. You can work your way out of it. But don't dig yourself such a hole that we see so many people
that you're just stressed out.
Not
it's
even
like
just cars
else in life.
But think about everything else. Like, what are you talking about? Student debt, buying a house,
exactly.
Buying a car that you're not trying to trick out, but you just buy too much car. How many people you see, like, went out and they bought, we'll say the X7. They went and bought it because they're like, well, my salary says I can buy it.
Yep.
What about everything else, bro? I think that's important for the young guys to learn. What's like, if you had an unorthodox tip, any of those?
Honestly, I feel like that's close to like an unorthodox tip that you won't really hear because everything's so flashy on Instagram. And
they don't want to talk about the money part with the car niche.
Exactly.
With the car niche, yeah.
It's crazy because, like, I'll have people ask me, like, I see comments, and sorry if I don't respond to them. I haven't responded to a lot.
He doesn't answer my text.
Dude, I see my phone, I get fucking stressed out. I'm like,
yeah, I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, exactly. And then later is me forgetting about it.
Yeah.
But fucking, I've seen people be like, yo, what do you do for work? Like, what are
Sure.
you doing?
Yeah, sure.
The only reason I could afford this shit is because I live at home, okay? And I have a father
fair.
that, like, supports me in the sense that, like, he's not kicking me out. Like, he'll buy me food and shit like that. Like, we go out, he's going to pay. I'm not here to not admit that. Like, I don't give a fuck. He's helped me a good amount. So all my money...
He'll watch this one day.
Yeah, someday, maybe. Yeah, literally. So all my money basically goes to, like, my cars.
Stuff that you want.
Shit,
Yeah,
shit that I
stuff that you
want.
want.
Exactly. All my photography shit, all my,
Yeah.
like, I've been able to spend all my money on that. And I'm blessed to be in that position,
For
of
sure.
course. But, like, I'm not rich. I make a decent living for my age, I guess. I don't even know. Not really. There's
think so.
a lot of kids doing a lot better. There's
A lot of kids doing a
without
lot
fucking
worse.
job. Yeah. Work, bro. You still have
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, all my money could go straight to my cars and stuff.
For sure.
Like, I have a ridiculous amount of debt to income.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But, like, I can still live life, still enjoy it. I still have,
I
like,
don't think it's that outlandish compared to
Yeah.
what everybody else is dealing. Their money's just going to a different place.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
I don't go out every weekend. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, my thing is cars. It's always been cars. It's always going to be cars. And, you know, I like putting money into things that I think could make me a return. Like,
For
the
sure.
photography
Yeah, for
stuff
sure.
has made me a return by now.
Let's
At
talk about
first,
that
I
a little
didn't.
bit.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk about photography. What got you into that?
Literally?
You didn't take photography in school, did you?
No, I
Yeah, so-
learned everything off YouTube.
So what? So did I. What? Not that I'm a good photographer. Let's just be honest. But I never took a photography class. I never wanted to take a photography class. I thought the photography kids were weird, carrying their camera around the school and like, oh, I'm
artsy
gonna go
and shit.
take a picture of the courtyard at high school.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of the courtyard hasn't been managed in 5 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
My point being is, I never got interested for that reason. I got interested mostly because of this show, but also like, I'm buying this camera. I'd like to be able to take it. Like, I love national
understand it.
parks, and
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to take a picture and stuff like that. So, like, what was it for you that brought you into it?
Dude, literally, because I like to try to find ways to make money and shit. It was basically like, okay, I kind of have an interest in this. I think it could be super, I think it could be super beneficial. And, like, why not just try it?
Okay.
Why not just I have the camera that's literally recording me right now. That was my first camera.
That's
I
so
actually
cool.
sold it, but
That's so cool.
that was my first camera, and I was like, let me just learn how to fucking
Oh, I
do
know,
this.
because I asked you. I was like,
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
about this camera? You're like,
It's a great
yes.
camera.
Yes. Yeah.
So it started off my, like, photography career.
yeah.
And no regrets, dude. It was basically just me being like, I think I could make money doing this. Like, for side money. I didn't expect to.
You
know,
weren't expecting it to be your full-time gig.
Exactly.
But
you
why
know,
not on the
side money
weekends? Why not?
helps
and then-
a lot. And, like, I do a lot of shit with photography. Like, I'm
Yeah.
basically, like, I am a photographer.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not, like, no
if
renowned fucking-
Anybody go and look at your
got
Straight
good shit.
Photos is still up?
Yeah, straight
so
up photos.
You put a bunch of stuff from, like, the car meets, truck meets, and
I don't
stuff
even
like
post on that account anymore.
that. You don't have to.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
fair, you don't have to. But if you go look at your catalog of what you have, like, you are a phenomenal photographer.
Thank you.
At the end of the day.
Thank
And
you.
I think that's a skill that you built, like you said, completely on your own.
Yeah.
YouTube, research.
Genuinely,
stuff
it
came
was,
together.
literally just, and, like, help from friends and stuff that are
That
already
are
doing it.
actually into it. Yeah.
Mainly for video and shit like that, but, like,
It is a different animal.
yeah, completely different animal.
Yeah.
But once you get once you understand how the camera works, it all starts to
It
make
does.
sense.
Yeah.
And I also like knowing, like, the inner workings of, like, okay, what, like, the settings and, like, what am I doing?
Correct.
I don't want to just wing it and it just happens to look good.
That was big for me.
I want to just,
Yeah.
like, learn how to
That was
do
big for
it.
me.
Yeah.
It's killing me right now. Most people won't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. You will.
Yeah.
Having to put it on intelligent auto.
I know.
But
I get it.
doing it because
It's
it's
easier.
solving some of the lighting issues that are still going to be bad on this video, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, hate that. It
But
hurts.
it's-
It hurts me because
Exactly.
I went through the whole lesson just to try to understand, like, all right, well, what is this setting going to do?
Yeah, no,
How is it
it's-
going to affect my video? And, like, how do I make it not look as bad? Like, when we first did the first one we ever did might have been off, like, a webcam.
Yeah, I think
that me and
so.
you, when we did a podcast,
think
that
so.
might have been off of the GoPro at
Yeah,
some point,
yeah.
probably.
I think so.
And, like, but you're going through and it's like the GoPro says it's shooting 4K, but now I shoot with this thing and it's like that 4K does not look like
Doesn't
that
compare at
4K,
all,
not even
yeah.
close. Why? And
It's good, but yeah.
trying to understand why that's even possible,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was big learning for me. But there's so many things about photography and so many
So
different
many, yeah.
settings, right?
Honestly.
Like sports photography, its own
So
animal
much
in and
different.
of itself.
Yep.
Yep.
You gotta. So I'm gonna give, like, a quick fucking rundown of, if you wanna The shutter speed is how quick you're gonna fucking flash the thing, how quick it goes.
Yeah.
Your fucking like your ISO, how much fake light you want to put into something. So if
right
you put
now
too
it's
much,
through the roof.
Yeah, it's through the roof. Yeah, exactly. But you'll see the graininess and shit because it's fake light. And then your fucking your aperture is just how open you want the actual sensor. You'll get your fucking.
You'll let in a little more natural light.
You'll let in a little bit more light.
But you'll also add some of that graininess.
So basically, the aperture, if it's at a low number, it's open up more. I don't know how the fuck that makes sense, but it's open up more. If you have it at like 14, it's going to be shut more, and you're going to have less of that difference in the background. So you know how like, if you shoot at like a 2.8 and you're shooting a headshot, it'll be blurry in the back, and you'll be
That's
in
how you get
focus.
your difference in the foreground.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how you're showing, like when you see people do like a portrait.
Yeah.
And you're seeing like they have that faded background. Like that's what your iPhone does with that automatic setting. I think it's called cinematic mode or something like that, or portrait mode. I think it's portrait mode.
No, you're right.
You're taking a picture and it
It'll blur
blurs out the background. That's all it's doing.
Yeah.
That's all it's doing.
And like those were all very basic ways to explain it, but for most people that have
That's
any
good
interest,
enough.
that's what they need to kind of understand.
And you can go look at any YouTube video will explain any aspect that he or I just said in full detail, just ISO.
Exactly.
Just the aperture, just the shutter speed. There's so many different things that you can do about it. And like there's a lot of places like, so when I hook up the camera, for anybody who's an avid watcher, you might realize that this looks way different than normal shows I do. It's because although I do use this camera at this point, it's hooked up to my computer. When I do it as a what do you call it, like a live stream function, when I'm streaming to the computer using this as a webcam, it hooks it up 720p, but it's still really high quality. If I was to use the camera on the computer itself, technically it's shooting at a higher, so it's 1080p, but it's a dog shit camera.
The sensor
in and of itself, the sensor is letting in so much light in order to make it produce the picture. It's just failing to actually capture a good image.
Exactly.
So that's why, if you look back, I want to say 5 or 6 months ago, why the image on the show looks so much better, because I switched over to using the camera. And just that in and of itself is going to be a difference.
Huge,
you go
bro.
use like your iPhone camera says it can shoot 4K now. It ain't going to be the same as this.
And it isn't. They shoot
This
great,
ain't going to be the same as those mega cameras that people use for movies are going to shoot. It's not going to be the same.
Don't get us wrong. You could do still great work on whatever. It just really comes down to
iPhones.
Yeah,
a lot of people just use iPhones. But my whole point in saying all that is that's why you can see a difference, and you might think you're shooting the same.
You're
not.
No, you're not.
And a lot of it comes down to those settings that are internal. You might not even be able to see them.
A lot of the times you do have to invest a little bit of money, but you could get away with with a good phone.
At the end of the day. Well, the iPhone now, so ever since it went up to, I think iPhone 12 was the first one. I could be wrong. Somebody could correct me in the comments. I think iPhone 12 was the first one that could shoot 4K. Now, it wasn't, again, you won't compare it to a camera. Then you got up to like the 14 or 15 is the one I have now. It's like, it's really good. It can compare to a low-end camera. Now, it's not,
it really
still, if you dial in your settings on that low-end camera, you'll still probably outshoot the iPhone. But if you don't, and you just have it on intelligent auto, you could shoot better than that on an iPhone. That goes to show how much the progress has been made with these phones and whatnot.
Sick, bro. I want to upgrade. I have a 14 Pro, and I
think that's the one I have. I think that's the one I have, But at the end of the day, it's like if you need a quick shot, it does fine. It does fine. It's not going to compare to those high-end cameras that, like you said, you're going to have to invest a little bit of money. You will spend more on one of those cameras than you will on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. And you're always going to have your phone on you. It's way more convenient just to buy a good phone. But, like, honestly, on my Instagram, majority of the shit that I post is just on my phone because I realize that, like...
Well, you're probably shooting up and down.
That, and, like, I realize most people don't really give a fuck unless it's, like, a crazy cinematic video.
Fair.
If it's just like normal content, your phone's fine. So for people that want to get into photography, get a good camera, get into photography. But if you're trying to do the social media shit, filming your car and doing all that, your phone is fine.
Probably honestly. More than good enough.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to do like those slow rolling shots that you're doing, that like you're trying to get certain cars and whatnot. Like at the end of the day, you're probably going to want a piece of equipment for that. But if you're, like you said, vlogging, if you're doing something,
exactly.
You don't really need more.
Dude, look at Whistling Diesel, bro. How many fucking, how long did it take him to shoot on his iPhone and just break them just for fun until like his camera guy came, like he got a camera guy and his fucking camera guy was doing cinematic shit. You could tell him the difference during a video when it's B-roll that's done with a good camera, and then
Or if
like
it's
when
just
it's
a
just a
phone.
vlogging stuff. I think Whistling Diesel still films on an iPhone because it's the most convenient, easy thing, and
For sure.
for somebody like him, you just get rid of it, buy a new one when it's full of storage. Don't even fucking export it. Just
sure.
get a new
Well,
phone.
like we were saying too, it's just that convenience of actually having it in your pocket anyway.
Yep.
It's on you anyway, so why not? So
Exactly.
I totally agree with that. How do you nowadays? So you're a lot more invested in, I would say, your vehicles and your actual job that you go to work for.
Yeah.
How does photography fit into that?
So my previous job, I was literally their photographer for their listings online.
Correct. Yep.
Cool, whatever. I still didn't get to display really what I do. For my job now, I'm still I do everything along with my friend, but like I'm the media guy. My boss owns a couple different businesses, so I do things for a couple different businesses.
Sure.
For our main page for the place I technically work at, I'm not in front of the camera. I'm just doing shit on my DJI Pocket, uploading it, making little edits, or I'm doing it off my phone and just editing it. But for the other page, I'm in front of the camera doing promo videos and stuff like that.
Right.
And I have, the guys there helping me out, just filming me while I talk. And, still media stuff, but you don't really get to see what I'm actually do photography-wise unless I'm doing a shoot for you or I'm posting on my page or something like that.
Right.
So, it's incorporated into my actual job, but it's not the same.
But your
Is what it
full
is.
capabilities, you would say, probably don't get showcased until you
Like
said,
never.
you're doing a
Yeah,
you're doing a
exactly.
shoot for someone. You're actually
Exactly.
going through the editing process. We were talking about you had that truck show in Atlantic City.
Yeah,
So-
God. I got to get so much shit out for people.
Oh yeah. But at the end of the day, like you are doing your full.
Yeah.
That's your full range of capabilities
Exactly.
for that specifically. It's not your day to day.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Dude,
Okay.
it's fun, bro. I love the photography shit. But like, I do hate editing video. Photos are like what I really enjoy because I
Okay.
don't mind editing photos or anything like that. But video sucks, dude. That's not me. There's a lot of people that
Tell me
have the
about it.
patience. Yeah, exactly. Dude, there's so many people that have the patience
Yeah.
to actually edit, sit there, color grade, do all their thing.
Yeah.
But like, that's not me.
Yeah.
It really isn't. I do it for people, but sooner than later, like once I have more income supplement, like that would just
Be something you'd be willing to hire out.
hire out or just not even fucking do, honestly.
Fair enough.
Like for like the shoots that I do, might just start offering video or a photo. So tap in while you can because I don't want to do it for much longer.
Run this guy dry while you have the
Yeah,
opportunity.
like literally.
Okay.
I'm hoping next year for fucking Atlantic City. This is like the third, fourth year in a row I've shot at Atlantic City. I don't want to do video anymore. I'll do a million fucking photo shoots. I don't want to do video anymore.
You like you said, you have no problem actually going back and editing the photos.
Yeah.
When it comes to like that shoot, I assume you do a couple throughout the year that are kind of dedicated to events like that.
Yeah.
Are you hooked up with the actual event runners?
No.
Like so you're doing that
most
all
of the
by
time.
yourself.
So like for the detailer that I do a lot of stuff for, he has a show, or I'll shoot for him. At
Okay.
Atlantic City, he was detailing trucks. I shot for him. At a show that he just did, I shot for him. But for Atlantic City, I'm doing everything for myself. Like it's
Interesting.
all individual shoots. I don't really want to shoot for shows at all, honestly. And a lot of people be like, what the fuck? That's like the biggest thing you could do. But like, I don't really give a fuck about the Like me as I'm a photographer. I do all that shit, but I don't give a fuck at growing in that aspect because as long as I have the knowledge, I can just use it and be selfish for myself. post
You'd
good
rather be
content.
doing it for your own
Yeah.
for your own well-being, not
Exactly.
for
I just do it
not
because
using it as a platform.
the side money is good.
For sure.
Like it helps. Like I need it. And I still don't charge people what I should be charging them, but you know what? I make good connections. I know cool people and they're patient with me because I don't get shit out the quickest, even though I want to, but like my life is fucking busy.
Yep.
It sucks. I need a lot of shit for my own brain to take time. And like other than that, my life has just been really fucking busy the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's like
Part of not charging the
Exactly,
top dollar is
exactly.
the fact that they're very
and like
patient
I'm
with
not a
you, yeah.
crazy video editor. I'll make a video that people will like and be attracted to. I don't like to go crazy with the editing.
For sure.
It's just like Because you don't need to. After me doing all my fucking Instagram shit for my own stuff, it's clear you don't have to go crazy with anything.
For sure.
But it is cool if you could do that, and I would
If
like
you have
to
that
learn
ability,
more.
yeah. If you have that ability.
I would like to learn how to dial that shit in and do it more for myself.
Well, the thing is, like, so I assume you still use the same video editing platform that I do.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you dial into, it's called DaVinci. Anybody can go buy it. It's pretty simple.
fucking
Free
great.
upgrades.
Yeah,
Buy
it's
it
fucking
once,
great,
never have to
bro.
buy it again. Great. Phenomenal. They will fuck us over one day.
Someday
But not
they're going to
yet.
start
Not yet.
subscribing. Yeah,
But not yet. If you go in there, you could really, like, go to town.
you could go to
every
fucking town.
single level of
I think
video
a lot of
editing.
movies are produced on there and shit like
There
that.
are.
Like
There's a
it's
ton.
legit.
There's a ton. At this point, they say that it's almost
The
an
standard?
even number. No, I wouldn't even say the standard. Just almost the same as what are the other ones? I can't even think of them.
Like
what's
Premiere or some
Adobe's?
shit like that. Adobe Premiere, is it that?
Is it Adobe Premiere? It might be Premiere.
Something like that. People know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's on the same level.
Yeah,
Of
100%.
high quality producers, editors that'll use that software as
And
compared to the other mainline.
and
Final Cut.
Yep.
A lot of people use Final Cut.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's the same. My whole point is you can go really deep into it, or you could just use it as a simple video.
Yeah,
editor.
yeah.
It's not like crazy complicated.
And that's why part of it's free. There was a while before I even bought it where I was just
You
doing
still can. You
simple-
get the
yeah,
free
yeah,
version.
yeah.
I think. I don't know. I haven't bought it in a couple of
think you
years,
can.
so I think you can still
I
get a
don't
free
know,
version.
yeah.
You just are very limited on like what transitions you can
exactly.
use, your ability to go color grade, your ability to go do like audio, because you could use it
Yeah.
as a straight audio editor.
Yeah.
And
you
its
got
audio
all your
platform is
EQs and shit like
phenomenal.
that. Yeah.
Its
It's
audio
amazing.
platform is better than any other audio editor I've had to use. I don't do like music and stuff like that, so I don't know
Yeah.
what would happen there. Probably want something else. But when it comes to just video or podcast, it's phenomenal. You can mess around in any way, shape, or form, add effects, all this type of stuff.
Absolutely.
It's really great.
So I definitely recommend. I've recommended it to a bunch of people that ended up buying it. So like that's
Yeah.
cool. It's definitely really cool.
Yeah, I think that that's a good way to go. And then at the end of the day, if you could just get like stuff with your photography and making your channel and stuff, like getting, I think it's always fun to introduce more people to whatever
Exactly.
platform you're actually using. Dude.
My whole thing is like throughout all this stuff, I want people to be there for me. Like
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
the only way to have like longevity is just have people there for you.
Yeah.
People don't really people root for you more than you think. And a lot of the times it is people that you don't know, because when you're closer to someone, they know you for who you are. They don't really care about what you're doing. So they're not necessarily not rooting for you. It's just like that's not but like people that don't know you, they see what you're doing, they do root for that, and they do root for you in that way, which is sick. But like, yeah, that's kind of, I want people there for me. I don't
For sure.
really give a fuck about.
For sure. But if someone's there for you, you have so much more willingness to want to be there for them.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You feel
That's-
obligated, and like
yeah.
that's why I feel bad slacking on my YouTube right now. But it's not a big page. I plan on growing it
For sure.
way more than what it's at now. So, everything takes time. That's another thing to mention to people is that this shit takes so much fucking time, and you got to realize that like 5 years actually isn't that long at all. So get the fuck to it and do your
No,
shit.
not even. I mean, this show has been around now for, we'll be
I can't
coming
even fucking-
up on 5 years,
I
4 or
can't
5
even
years.
believe that.
And
Can't
but
even fucking believe
to
that.
be able to build from audio only to shitty video to doing a real
It
video,
takes time, but like look at it.
and then gaining like 100 subscribers on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Okay, we have the
It's
ability
amazing.
to do it. Now it's do it again and replicate. But
Yeah.
oh, dude, but like you just said, like how much time it takes to actually put in and
Takes
learn
forever.
certain aspects or something. If you think that it's going to come to you tomorrow, especially if you're just getting started out, like it's a different story if, give an example. I listened to a sports podcast and the guy was the president of a baseball team for 15 years. He goes out, puts a podcast. He puts his name on something. There's going to be a certain amount of people that are going to find it just like
Just
that.
'cause
And
of
it's
that.
automatic. So you already have some sort of
Yeah.
name recognition.
Not everybody's like that, clearly.
If you're starting from the bottom, doesn't matter if you're doing a car YouTube
Yep.
podcast, you're doing just an Instagram, you're trying to get, unless you're a hot broad with giant
Massive
boobs,
knockers,
like
yeah.
that's, unless you're starting from that standpoint,
Exactly.
you probably have a lot of work and a lot of time to put into it. Don't expect that result
Yeah.
tomorrow, but don't stop either.
Exactly.
Right.
If you post a fucking video, gets 1,000 likes, and you post the next one and it gets 20, don't fucking worry about it, bro. Just keep
No,
doing
that
your
was
shit.
that was like what happened when we had that guy, that drug addict on. And it was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
everybody skyrocketed, and then everybody came to the next one too, and then it's after that, and then
Yeah,
it
yeah,
fades,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, I didn't do something right. No, 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 those people were there for him,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's okay.
And some will stay, which is
Some will
great.
stay.
Yeah.
Some won't, and I'm okay with that because that's not the crowd I'm going after.
Yeah, and you might lose some of the people that were there before that,
because of the show I did.
but it doesn't matter.
At the end of the
'cause
day.
it's just growth.
At the end of the day, dude. So this whole thing of like finding the algorithm, like you were mentioned before, and
Yeah,
finding
yeah.
out how those platforms actually work, or putting in the effort to learn editing, actually putting the equipment together to do the show properly. It's all
Time
it's
and
all
money.
part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
Well,
is
time and
it's-
money.
time and money, but I think it's more so like you're dedicating it, and you're not just giving up at the first sign
Yeah,
of
yeah.
any sort of, you face a little bit of adversity no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to respond to it? Are you going to be able to fight through it, or are you just going to give up?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? How many weird videos did someone like Mr. Beast or
Yeah,
PewDiePie
exactly,
put out,
bro,
and
exactly.
they weren't all hits, but then all of a sudden start building
It
that
just
following,
works
right?
eventually.
Is it weird? Did you see like PewDiePie is finally out of like the top 10
Yeah, I
most
saw that, dude. I
subscribed
saw
people
that. I don't even know that motherfucker is
for the
practically,
first
but I saw
time
that.
in I think the first time in like 12
Yeah.
years he's out of the top 10 most subscribed people. That's
Which is
insane.
crazy.
That's
But, like,
insane, dude. A
He'll
lot of
never
residual
go broke.
income.
He'll always be good.
A lot of
Yeah.
residual income for that boy.
That's why it's worth doing, because if you blow up, you'll be good for life,
Yep.
bro. Like, you see these fucking streamers, bro. They're entertaining. Majority of them are just dickheads. But like,
When it's cameras off.
yeah, yeah,
for sure.
they're just dickheads. But like,
Some of them cameras on too, to be fair.
yeah, yeah. But they'll be good forever.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these kids, although they're dickheads, they're still smart.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all.
They're still fucking smart. That's what a lot of people. You have to have the head for it. You like most of these people, no matter what facade they're putting on,
Yeah.
there's still some sort of fucking smarts to them. Like, you have
Yeah.
to be in there somewhere.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. Like, got to think about it from this perspective too. Like, I am a big believer, and like it might be kind of changing now, but I do think it's definitely changing now. I'll rephrase that. It's definitely changing now. But when you look at it, like, you have to, if you're gonna put a camera on your own face and then do something with it, whether you're talking about like your your vlogs, when you're talking about driving your car around, giving suggestions as to what people might want to buy for their first car or something, or it's me doing a podcast, giving my opinions out. It used to be said that you needed some sort of mental illness in order to be okay with putting a camera on your face.
Yeah, yeah,
And
wow.
I don't necessarily fully agree with that, but I do think it does take a certain type of individual to be okay with that.
Exactly.
Like, you are going to look weird the first time you do it. You're probably going to sound weird too. Like, are you able to
You're gonna
project
hate
your
yourself,
voice?
yeah.
You're probably going to hate. You might rewatch one of your videos and be like, ooh.
And then
like
not
I
want to
did
put
that.
it out. Yeah.
Right. And like that, I kind of understand that to a point, but it's also, if you feel like you have something to say, you have something to give to the world. Whether it's something about cars, your body. Certain females
Yeah.
will make so much money with their body, they'll
Hell
make us
yeah.
look silly
God
for the rest
bless.
of their life. God bless.
Yeah, yeah.
Put out your voice in a podcast. Put out your thoughts and opinions in a blog and write something up.
Literally
put out
anything
essays,
like that you're putting
whatever it
yourself out.
is, if you feel confident that it's actually worthwhile, even if you have one viewer or
It
you
could
have
change
10
somebody's
million,
life, bro. Think
could
about
actually-
that.
you
just
could
happen to
actually
change
be the one.
That's so much more rewarding than like anything else. It's like if you could fucking like change someone's perspective in a positive way or something like that. Just one
100%.
person, it makes everything worth it.
100%.
Yeah, which
It's
is crazy.
I'm sure you've seen it. Like when you get like a YouTube comment, you're like, damn, never
There's
even
amazing-
thought about it this
it's
way. This
amazing,
is
bro.
insane, or this is such a great video. I never even seen someone come at it from this perspective. Like, appreciate what you did here. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like,
Dude, I've had so many like amazing like comments and like reading them. It's like, wow, yo, like I'm just stupid video might have actually made somebody's day, and that's like, I still want to make fucking money. Don't get me wrong, but that shit really does feel just as good as making money.
feels like it was worth your time.
Yes,
Made
100%.
your time worth it. Yeah, I hear you there, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just been so fun to watch what's been able to happen. I mean, your Instagram probably is around 15,000, more than 15,000.
I'm
I
at,
haven't checked
dude,
in a
I'm
while.
stuck at like 17.5.
Yeah.
It's just stuck at it.
But
'cause I
it's
haven't been
insane
posting.
though. It's insane where
From
that
the
page
start?
started from.
Dude, last year around this time or whatever, nowhere near. I probably had like 2,000 followers, which was still amazing to my standards. Amazing. I was like, how the fuck do I have 2,000 followers on this account? And like, dude, it just grew and fucking grew and fucking grew. And I'm like, and I'm nowhere near any of the biggest like car content creators, but
matter.
like, I have a nice little solid foundation.
For what you do and the effort that you put in, it's worth
exactly.
it. Exactly. It's worth
100%.
it,
Bro, I haven't broken my back completely yet. So it's
No.
like, shit, this is paying off nice.
No, and I'm sure that over time too, you just start compounding, and
Yeah.
it'll be a nice ability for you to jump and do other things.
Exactly.
I think so. That'll be nice too. So I got to ask you one question before we move on to some silly conversation.
Yeah.
Probably take a little break here. I want to re-up my drink here.
Yeah.
It may or may not be an adult beverage for those out there.
Absolutely.
I have one more question on like you specifically before we jump into some silly shit.
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah. Hell
Is
yeah.
that ever coming back?
So like, that's another thing where it's like, what we were just talking about like, oh yeah, here you go. About like putting yourself out there and shit. It's like, I will never stop doing music, even though I haven't done it in like years at this point. But
Okay.
like, it's only because I'm so particular about music and shit.
I remember when you told me
So
about how you'd have to
fucking-
get a song together.
Dude, I'm
like,
so fucking particular about it.
anal
So
about
it's,
it, yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to just, not that I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to do it until like I'm in the space to put so much time and money and energy into it. And I'm so content with that. Like eventually I will be back at that
So
point.
you will be.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm never going to stop making music. Yo.
That's good to hear.
I fucking love
I don't know how
doing
you're
that
going to
shit.
feel about this, but I got to tell you a story from, it's probably 2 weeks ago now. It's so funny. So I put the one song you still have up, Keep Dreaming.
I have a couple of songs up, but it's like,
Well, the only one up on Spotify.
yeah, that's the only one that's
Keep
ever
Dreaming.
been on there.
I think
Yeah.
it's Keep Dreaming. So I put that song in I call it a country playlist. It's got a lot of stuff in it,
Hell
but
yeah.
it's mostly like country. I put it in there for the specific goal. I've done this with a couple songs just
Mm-hmm.
to see what my dad's reaction to it, because he has my playlist as like his main playlist.
Oh, dude, that's funny. I
Just
didn't
waiting
know
to
that.
see his reaction.
Yeah.
And finally, we're sitting out having beers outside, and song comes on. And I was like, just waiting. I didn't want to say anything. Just waiting. Gets like about 30, 45 seconds in. I was like, you know who this is? He's like, oh no, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's like, is it that Post Malone? Because I've shown him some songs.
Dude, that's funny.
I've shown him some songs. And he's like, is that the Post Malone? Because he doesn't mind his music as much as he hates like rap style and pop style. He doesn't mind Post Malone. I was like, no. He's like, what? No. Who is it? I was like, you're not gonna guess it. But I was like, that's Vinny. He's like, what?
Yeah,
I was like, look at the name on the artist. Pulls up my phone. He's looking at it. He's like, no.
dude, that's funny
And
as fuck.
restarts the song. He's like, you got to be kidding me.
No way.
We listened to the whole thing through. He's like, I can't believe he put that together. I was like, yeah.
Dude, that's so funny.
Like, that's his song, dude. So, but anyway, the whole point in saying that was that it's actually a talent I think you definitely have, and I would be very interested to see you.
That I just need to like dig at more.
But
when I
also,
have-
like, you need a lot of time, I can imagine,
yeah,
to
bro.
be able to
I'm
do
too
that.
anal with it, bro. It's like it drives me nuts. I probably have over 100 songs, and I've put out like 4 or 5, and it's like it's just out of what I know would like that song. I listened to it when I was younger. It would get me hyped. I'm like, damn, this is me. Like that's sick. Now it's like, fuck this song. But
Really?
objectively, it's not a bad song.
It's a
People
good
like
song,
it.
though.
Yeah, people like it.
It's a good song.
But like that's like
Probably the amount of times you've heard it or had it mentioned to you, you're just like,
yeah. It's kind of like whatever, fuck that. But like I have because like the style of music I like is just completely
Very different.
Yeah.
Very
like
different.
I can make shit like that. That's natural to me. But like, I don't know. The music I listen to day to day is nothing like that. It's just like trap shit or just fucking metal or like just obnoxious shit from whatever angle of music it is.
Sure.
That's not that. That's
No,
like
it's mellow.
more
It's also
reserved.
I also feel like it's a different version of you.
of me.
Like when you were in that moment when you made that song, and even for a couple years after that,
I just
like
felt
you were,
like shit.
you were in a very, I would say, a dark place might be overstating it, but you were in a deeper place mentally than you are
100%.
right now. You're very lighthearted. You're able to have
Yeah.
a very fun conversation. Maybe get dark if you want, but
Yeah.
you're not
absolutely
living in
right.
it. You're not living in it. Where like when you made that song, when you put it out, and like if you were to say like this is a damn good song, like getting hyped to it, like you said, like, it's because that's how you were living, bro.
Exactly.
You felt that every day, and like it's just a very different you.
Exactly,
very
dude.
different
And
you.
like from that song even to like a year or two after that, I was doing completely different like you could tell when I'm having like fucking manic episodes and shit.
For sure.
Like back then when I was making music, It's crazy, dude. Because you don't know any of this. Like, you know what you've heard, and that's not much.
For sure.
I know, like, all the songs. It's just me. It was just me during all those times, and it's just like I could track it and be like, okay, I was losing my fucking mind. Was able to put a decent song together, losing my fucking mind. You know, completely different style. It's weird, yo. I love music, dude. I could talk about that shit all day, but like
You could follow your stages of how you were thinking even when you made the song.
So now, the reason I don't do it as much is because now I'm at the point where it's like, I need to learn how to play guitar. I need to learn how to actually produce. And I need to finish understanding how to mix a song.
Same way you learn photography. You want to learn it through and through before you're actually comfortable putting that out.
So much less anal with the photography stuff. I don't give a fuck. Like, that came naturally. That came easy.
But
and I knew it was going to come that way. I knew it was going to come that way. That I could actually start putting shit out.
Yeah.
The music shit is not coming naturally other than me being able to put my voice on a song.
Right.
Other than that, the technical shit, not coming naturally.
Yeah.
Very far off. But when I have the time to actually start learning guitar, that's going to come naturally. When I start to actually learn how to use the programs to produce, that's going to come naturally.
Right.
But that takes so much time, and I'm doing so much other shit that when I have the time and money to put aside, relax, and dive into it, like, I genuinely think that's what's going to pop off the most. Have always thought that.
Interesting. Interesting. It'll just take some time for it, though.
Yeah, and that's why I'm, like, so content with not giving a fuck right now. It is what it is. It'll come eventually. Dude, I love music, you know.
Oh, I know you do. I love music, too. I just never going to make it, probably. Probably. Never gonna make it. Maybe. But at the end of the day, I need to re-up. We're going to take a little break.
Dude, I keep dripping on myself.
When we come back, I think we will dive into the weeds on some shit going on. I want your thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Always.
Right. So, before I move on, I'm asking you some shit that's totally outlandish and has nothing to do with the rest of the conversation. Apologies, but not really. Is there anything else, like, especially to your followers, anything that you felt like you wanted to say? It's been a while since you came on, so it's been you're
dude.
Totally different you since last time you came on.
I would say,
if you got nothing, don't feel pressured.
yeah, I guess nothing too much. Just we'll do more of this. I like doing shit like this, so like there'll be more updates throughout the course.
For sure.
But as for now, you know, just like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, thanks for the shameless plug.
Yeah, hell
Appreciate you. So, first thing I wanted to bring up, we're actually talking about it in the break there a little bit, so I'll bring it up because there's something else I want to ask that I think is very outlandish compared to what we were talking about. This Bonnie Blue chick, bro. I think she matches up a lot more with what we were talking about compared to what else I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Dude, how the fuck do you feel about a chick banging 1,000 dudes in a day, dude?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking if I was a chick making that much money, I'd do I actually really don't think I would do that, yo. That's disgusting. Nothing, it is what it is.
I think it's vile, but it's also, like, in a way not our place to make a judgment.
Exactly. And it really isn't. Listen, it's fucking disgusting. Morally.
It is kind of, but also
physically.
How about just gross?
It's fucking gross.
It's just gross. How do you feel?
But shout out to Bonnie Blue, yo.
How do you feel about, like, OnlyFans in and of itself? Like, as its own entity?
Straight up, if I knew it wasn't going to be a bunch of dudes subscribing, shit, I'd start an OnlyFans. If girls were as freaked out as we were and, like, would spend the money on that, and, like, I knew it wasn't any guys getting off to my fucking wiener, fuck yeah, yo. I'd go for it all day. Morals.
Yeah. Did you see that? I don't know if you're getting the ads for this, but I started getting ads for this. There's actually a couple things I want to bring up in this portion because this is weird and I think they go together. But number one, there's allegedly a bunch of people, like, making, like, AI models.
Yeah.
And doing OnlyFans with the AI models and making a ton of money.
It makes a lot of sense.
Isn't that crazy, dude? So, like, we can get in on the action if we want.
Yeah,
and
we could.
What kind of morals are involved? It's a fucking bot.
I'm cool with scamming people like that.
It's a fucking bot.
Yeah, I'm so cool with that, honestly.
Fucking bot. Okay, but this is actually the weirder one. So, I'm sure you don't either. You might not even have the app anymore, but Facebook. So, I have the app on my phone really just for Marketplace.
For Marketplace, exactly.
So... But I was like, I haven't used this app in probably 10 years, like, actually used Facebook.
Used it to, like, consistently post and shit like that.
Not even consistently, because I never did, but, like, I never even tried to scroll for at least 10 years, dude. So I'm like, fuck it, let me... The first 3 ads, dude, The first 3 ads that I get, weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Ugh.
It's, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You might know where I'm going with this. It was take anybody's picture, male, female, fucking in the middle,
That should not be on there.
and make them
Freaked
nude.
out.
No,
Overly
make them
freaked out.
nude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Should
there'll
not
be
be
a
able to
clothed
do
person,
that.
and this is what they would look like, bro.
Good to know that,
It
though.
really weirded me out.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up.
Even like the comments on it, because the comments weren't locked. Normally, when you're on Instagram and you see an ad, comments are locked. Normally, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
Comments weren't locked. It's like, yeah, great way to just allow child predators to
bro.
fucking get weird. Like
That shit's
that
so
was my
fucked
first
up,
thought
bro.
too. I was like, and I'm not a child predator. As anybody who knows me, I'm not. I promise I'm not. It fucking sounds worse when you get defensive about it. But my first thought was like, that is a really good way for fucking pedophiles to get whatever they want. That's
Dude.
fucked up.
It actually, like AI is so sick with certain things, but, like, it's so, like, bro.
When I was showing you Grok a month or 2 ago now,
Which one
the
was
fucking
that?
Twitter AI.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was fucking amazing. And, like, that's the way it should be used. Or, like, have you seen those Yeti videos? Dude, like,
They're so
Bigfoot
good.
and Yeti- amazing,
Have
bro.
you seen the
Peak.
monkey makes it to 10,000 a month videos?
No, I don't
I'll have
think
to send
so.
you one.
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah.
to send you one. So good. So it's an obviously AI generated monkey, and he's starting from like $0 trying to get up to $10,000 a month. So he's like flipping furniture.
Dude,
he's doing all this shit. It's so
good.
fucking
That's
funny,
so
dude.
good. It's because what I like is because they make it just like the average streamer vlogger style, and they're just a bunch of bros. They make it so fucking good, bro. Now they're everywhere. People doing shit with cars. Seen so many Yetis in front of BMWs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But this is great because it's people making it that know about the shit that make it all the ins and outs.
The
Dude,
good
so
ones are
good.
coming from people who are actually in the space.
Yeah, and then you got people making porn of children. So, you know,
can go both directions.
Yeah,
It
really.
can go both directions. Yeah.
fucked up, dude. I hate that.
I think AI in general is a crazy topic. I'd love to have someone on here who's actually very intelligent,
Versed in it, yeah.
But it is just how much. Well, you ever hear like how much energy these plants?
A lot, right? Like a stupid amount.
A ton, dude.
Yeah.
And like so, obviously, a lot of people will be like, you know, why? I'm sure you see it. You're online enough. People are like, why would you even use Google anymore? Just use ChatGPT or whatever.
I do that a lot now, too, honestly, just to get summaries so I know what to look up better.
Now, if you go on Google, first of all, they have AI right there as the first search option. Not that it's the best or the worst, just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But so you're gonna wait. So like, I'll come up with a stupid example. Like, how do I use a hammer on a nail? And somebody will go and fucking use AI on that and burn possibly multiple hundreds or thousands of times more energy to get that answer through fucking ChatGPT when you can Google it, or you can go find a fucking book.
Yeah,
now, I'm not expecting people to go find a book now, but
Not nowadays, people
point
can't
being,
read. Yeah.
point being, dude, it's fucking crazy. Like, do you use Twitter a lot?
No.
Okay, so under every single X post now, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, it's kind of weird that they still call it formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of old now. Call it X, whatever. Any post that you have, if it gets relatively viral, every single one
Has
will be
some
like,
sort of blurb.
well, no, it'll be someone asking Grok, the AI on Twitter, to explain it. Because if you call out Grok, it'll come in and give like whatever you want. It'll act like the AI bot in the chat bot. It'll come out and it'll make a post about it. Bro, it's actually infuriating.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
actually
that gets so
infuriating.
annoying.
It's
You
like,
just want something organic for once.
but not even that. It's like these people are getting so much attention for the stupidest shit,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, man. Let's
100%.
use our brains a little bit. It's just, I don't know. It's a little bit.
Dude, AI is overly freaked out.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think AI is getting. Well, at this point, it's actually, according to multiple things I've seen and read, AI is at the point now where it's actually making itself better, so we can't stop it.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Like, I think they tried to shut down an AI model, and it actually just
Booted itself back up or something?
didn't boot itself back up, but uploaded itself into the cloud so that if there was a next version, it could just get all the information that it had previously. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so fucked
It's
up.
sentient.
Exactly. That has to be sentient.
And there's been
How else would it do that?
There's been a few different proofs that it is lying to us.
The fact that it's not sentient.
Not necessarily like lying and not giving information we're asking for, but like in certain angles, basically giving an answer that will preserve itself.
Yes.
So it has the ability to really think things out, and not just, most people that talk about AI, or at least the assumption was when, ChatGPT first got popular, was like, this is just aggregating information on the web and is spitting it back out to you. No. It is processing information.
There's some discretion in there now.
Yeah, it is. It is in some instances like trying to trick the human being into maybe not giving it the information that
it completely understands its role. Like it
Well, too well.
completely yeah, exactly. It knows what the fuck it is now. That happens quick. It's a program. It grows. It gets better. Like that happened from the second it was created.
Yeah.
It was just gonna lead down this path. That shit is actually so fucking insane, bro,
Yeah.
if you think about it, because we're just living in now some sort of dystopia. We're just getting worse.
We
It's
are.
gonna get worse.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotten bad. I'm not like in the type of conspiracy where it's like, for example, like once a lot of people use different years, but like, once 2016 happened, we're not in real life anymore. Or once 2020 happened, I'm not like a subscriber of that. You're very real. I've lived with you since we're playing Xbox together through 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
I'm very well acquainted with you. I don't think you're fake. I don't think we're in a simulation.
Exactly. Yeah.
What I do think is that we are going to be running up into
Some sort of wall.
I think we've already hit the wall of what human capability is.
Yeah.
I think that the way to take the next step is integrating with technology. So
Yeah,
think about like a
sucks,
Neuralink.
bro. Yeah.
Think about like a Neuralink or
I ain't
things
doing
like that.
shit.
Well, we might not, but we're not going to be able to compete.
No, exactly.
And I'm somewhat okay with that. I don't know how bad it's going to get, but
I'm only doing that shit if it keeps me from busting quick. You know what I mean? Like, literally. I ain't doing that shit no other way.
But at the end of the day, dude, like that's how I see it, and I do think that's a dystopian part. Is like we are heading away from, in my opinion, and I'm very uneducated when it comes to biology. I think we are heading towards being a different species.
Yeah, 100%.
We're not going to be
Bro,
fully human.
You want to know what I've been thinking lately?
Yeah.
Because my eyes are starting to get affected by my phone. Like,
Okay.
there's going to be some sort of evolution with blue light and shit like that in your eyes. There has to be. We're all using this shit. There's going to be some sort of mutation in your eyes that things are just going to
You
get
do
different.
not get affected as much. Yeah.
Literally something. It has to. That's how things go through evolution.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. You withstand the cold day after day for years. You're gonna start growing more fucking hair or something like,
Sure.
So I actively think about that. I'm like, damn, bro. My eye. I wonder, like, is this shit gonna get better? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's horrifying.
I don't know.
Bro.
It's heading down. It's heading down a weird path. There's a lot of the big beautiful bill that just allegedly got passed in the Senate. We'll have to confirm that. I don't know if that's absolutely true.
Dude, I think my stomach's been rumbling this whole time and it's picking it up on the mic. The whole time, bro. This whole time.
If it is, I'll cut it out.
Yeah.
Or I'll do my best.
Fuck them. Yeah.
Fuck them isn't right.
Yeah.
But in that bill, there was
What is that, yo? I was gonna ask about that.
So, my understanding is as best as your most intelligent layman, I would say. I'm not a full understander, but I did a show on it. So for those that want a little more information, I did a rundown that was as good as I can get. At the end of the day, what it does is it does raise spending and it raises the debt ceiling. So it doesn't save any money. Anybody who's telling you that we're saving money is lying. There's a few aspects that are good about it. There are a few aspects that are really bad about it, and there's a lot of stuff that we don't 100% know. One of the things that was tried to kind of slip, you know how they do bills that are massive now. They'll call it a spending bill, but it has things about immigration. It has things about education in it.
They slip some shit in there.
But that's the way that bills go.
Every time. Yeah.
The best interview for you to listen and try to understand this was actually J.D. Vance on Theo Vaughn's podcast, because he was trying to defend it.
Yeah.
And so I really did not like a lot of J.D. Vance's answers. He made me feel like he thought the American people were stupid. He was talking past them. Because Theo asked a good question. He was saying, like, why do these bills got to be so big? Why can't we have people, like our politicians, vote on specific issues? And, like, we want to fix the immigration. Let's fix the immigration. We want to vote on this war in Israel or in Ukraine. Let's vote on that issue. Why do we have to include it in this big bill?
Why has it got to be in
And so his answer, basically, J.D. Vance's answer was, well, if we were to go singular issue, to pass all the things we want to pass would take over a year. To me, that's great.
That's fine.
That actually sounds good.
Yeah, that's
like,
fine.
why fuck everything up at once when you can, like, think about if you were to do, I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and I agree with this standpoint. Think if you were trying to do a science experiment. The whole point, as we were going through school, was if you're going to manipulate a variable, you keep one thing constant,
Yes.
and the other thing you change, and you see what the difference is.
That's quite
Didn't
literally
get
how
the
to do it.
reaction I want, I'm going to change that one variable, but one's going to stay the same. Got the reaction I want, okay, this is what I want to go with. You're going to change 52 variables at once.
Hey, you don't know what's
You
going to
don't know what's working.
Yeah,
you don't know what's not working. You don't know what's giving you the result you want or don't want.
Absolutely.
You've thrown too much shit at the wall. And another point to be made too is America performs the best, especially economically, when it's stagnant. When you have gridlock, whether, say the president's Republican, the House is Democratic, and the Supreme Court is not going one way or the other. That's when America does the best. Why? Because
there's a constant.
The constant is true,
Yeah.
but it's stuck.
Yes,
You can't have new laws passed. You can't have laws taken off the books. So everybody knows exactly what's coming next, and you can predict it. When things start going out of whack,
Nobody
that's when
knows
things
shit.
go up and down like crazy, bro. So for that reason, in this big bill, there's changes to, like I said, immigration. So whether you're talking about adding ICE agents or adding Border Patrol, that was in the bill. You're talking about spending. Is going to spend a whole bunch of money on defense, which we already have a massive military budget. It's going up. We're also spending money on the border, like I said. We are reducing cost in ways like, I think that they're fully cutting Medicare, Medicaid from illegal immigrants, which is a good thing. It doesn't offset the budget increases, though.
Yeah.
And also, the debt ceiling is going up. So debt ceiling in and of itself is crazy because isn't it supposed to be a ceiling? Why do we keep voting on it to raise it if it's called a ceiling? No, it's not. Well, it just shouldn't be called a ceiling. It's like this should be our limit for the next 4 years, and then we'll vote again. Like that's what it should be. It's not. So the proposed debt I think added was something like 2 or 4 trillion over the next 5 to 10 years, which you'd think is not a lot, but we're still spending at the same rate. It's not cutting. Another thing was that they challenged the. So I went through this in a video in a lot more context, and I had the research in front of me. So I'm going off the top of my head. For those of you that might criticize me, I don't mind. I'm just saying I don't have the stuff in front of me. Another thing was that it went against a lot of the giant college grants. Grants is the wrong word, but essentially endowments. Endowments is the right word. So an endowment is when a place like Harvard gets a whole ton of money from the government and from their tuition that they build up. And actually, they have a surplus. They're able to just invest that.
Yes.
And because they are a school, because they are an academic institution in the United States, they have tax advantages that other companies, investment firms, what have you, would not have.
Yeah.
So it was attacking those, and places. It was targeting specifically, not necessarily liberal conservative, although most schools at this point are pretty liberal. Not necessarily attacking one or the other, but attacking at the highest point the endowment funds that are the largest. So Harvard being very large, like places like Princeton, Yale, much larger than say like a University of Oklahoma, for instance. So obviously there'd be a disparity between some place like Harvard and Oklahoma, but for a reason. So that was a way. So it was cutting out some of the federal funding for that. You could say pro or for, and you'd have different arguments. I'm not going to disagree or agree with either one. But that was a way that they were cutting more money out too. There was no recognition of the Doge cuts. Wow. Now Doge is basically non-existent. People don't even talk about it anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't keep up with anything, but I haven't heard anything.
Kind of crazy that just once Elon was out, they say the program's still going, but there's nothing coming out there. They're not adhering to any of the cuts. They didn't even get to the big parts, which is the crazy part. But another part in the bill that was supposed to be one of those things that was kind of slipped through the cracks, was not supposed to be talked about, and somebody caught it. Obviously, they read the whole thing, or read enough of it. And I could butcher this, but I think my paraphrase is close. For the next 10 years, AI development firms and AI companies will not be able to be challenged in the court of law.
Oh my God, dude.
Yep. So basically, what it's saying is the government wants to promote AI and does not want to hold it back.
Yep. Come on, dude. At its
so
fullest
that
speed.
was me getting back to our main conversation there about the AI stuff, but that's dangerous.
That's horrifying,
That's dangerous.
bro.
Because people like, I think Sam Altman's the one who's OpenAI, ChatGPT. People like Elon Musk running Grok. There's tons of other AIs that are the new VO3 for Google, the one that's literally able to make movies.
Yes, yeah.
That I talked about on the show too. Crazy,
bro.
absolutely crazy. So when you talk about like that type of stuff, and I think that's dangerous, and I do think like
100%.
that is dystopian. I think that's the
completely
dystopian
dystopian. Yep.
portion that we're at.
You can't even argue that it's not. You can't argue that it's not.
You could if you're a very pro AI advocate. My whole point in bringing it up when you mentioned dystopian is that like that's what I think a normal person who's not involved in it day in day out is going to say like I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Not that we could do anything about it because it's a part of that big fat fucking bill.
Yeah.
I'm not really comfortable with it.
No, I'm not comfortable with that at all, bro.
Yeah, so like that's another thing. There's another point too that I wanted to bring up about this big fat bill. Kind of forgetting. Oh, it was taking away also a lot of the. This is actually something I support, and I'll explain myself in a minute. Taking away a lot of the grants and subsidies for clean energy, whether you're talking about solar, wind, or the electric vehicles. It took out a lot of the subsidies, and I'm actually for that. One, I worked in the space.
Yeah.
I sold solar panels. It's a giant scam.
Yeah.
Whether you're working for a good company or not, it's a giant scam. Many different reasons. If you want to hear a video about it, I'll break it down. But just understand it's a giant scam. I sold it. It sucks. But it also took away like the energy vehicle credits. That's why a lot of people would assume that's why Elon and Trump got in a fight was because Trump advocated for this bill that attacked his way of life, essentially. So at the end of the day, the bill included a bunch of different shit. And I think the biggest point to understand when talking about it just being passed is we're not spending any less. We're not cutting money. We're actually spending more.
Yeah. Which is kind of, it sucks.
It's scary, dude. It's scary. I know, not that you follow it as much as me, but I'm sure you're just as worried with the fact that fucking, if you go look up the national debt clock, it's literally spinning up at a rate higher than you can count in front of your eyes.
Bro.
In front of your eyes, yep. So that's fucking crazy.
Dude, I'm all fucking cool with like, I'll put money towards the military and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. But like all the other shit, it's like, what the fuck? I like the military. Minus all the fucking...
Why add more money, though?
Yeah, you don't really need to.
We already spend the most in the world by a significant margin. Why add more money to it?
No, you're right. It doesn't make sense.
It's just insane. And a lot of it, too, when it comes down to that, and I'm not the most knowledgeable in this, but what I do understand is our system for bids for government contractors generally, not just military, our system for bids is find the lowest bidder, but also it might... I heard that, by the way.
Dude, I gotta like fucking rip ass. It's just not coming out.
That's crazy. You might get it out. Attaboy. See if the mic picked that one up.
I think it did. Yeah.
So, but the whole way that they do contracts is basically about kind of who you know and are you in the right sector stuff. There's always pork just in that. So there's always extra shit added into these purchase orders that, you know, might not seem like a lot if you're spending $1 million, $20 million,
but that
$50
shit
million
adds
at a
up
time.
every single time.
But if every contract you do is $20 million, $10 million, $15 million, and 2 to 3% of that is all bullshit,
that's a fucking lot.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money, dude. Now our budget, military budget, I believe, is over $1 trillion.
Dude, that's kind of badass. But that's me coming from a fucking retarded American aspect.
But it's an
brother.
Insane number when you're talking about the amount of debt that our country
exactly.
is in. So that kind of leads me into the next thing I wanted to ask you and see how you feel about. I'm sure that your knowledge isn't crazy, but how do you feel about this socialist that's probably going to get elected? Mayor in New York City.
Truly no clue. So what the fuck is going on, you know? Because I've seen shit that I don't like.
This was
off the rip.
As you should. This was actually the podcast episode I did last week.
Dude, isn't he not an American?
That's not true.
Okay. That was just racist.
He was born, I believe, in a country in Africa.
Okay.
But he came here. He is a citizen. He's not.
Okay.
He's not like a green card holder or anything. Like he is a citizen. He was not born here. So if you want to say immigrant, I believe that that's true. I could be wrong there, but I'm 99% sure.
Yeah.
He was born in an African country, which one I don't exactly know, and was brought up under Muslim values and is still a Muslim.
Okay.
Now, does that have anything to do with the way that he's formulated his opinions? No, because he's pretty fucking out there. So
aside from everything, he's just
So the highlights are he wants to have government-run grocery stores. And keep in mind, as I say these things, there's no way he's going to be able to implement all of it. This is just what he's pitching. Doesn't make it any better. It's just what he's pitching. Government-run grocery stores, free childcare. He wants a $30 minimum wage. Keep in mind, in the city, keep in mind that the current minimum wage is $16.50 in the city. He essentially wants to double it in the next 5 years, 4 to 5 years. Not feasible. I had to throw that caveat in there. Not feasible whatsoever. So there's those three. He wants a, what did he call it? Like a community safety program, something like that, so that my understanding of it is he doesn't want all encounters that are requiring intervention, especially if they're nonviolent, to have to need the police. I actually agree with that.
That's actually, I can see how that could...
If I'm not mistaken, the name that he used for it was a name used during the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia.
Okay.
That might send a little bit of a shiver down your spine.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right, so what's really like happening here? But all in all, if he gets to implement it and it actually goes through the way he's talking about it, I actually agree with it because, especially if you talk about the city, the amount of people, we're right next to the city. For those who don't know, there's a lot of incidents that happen are just nonviolent. You don't need the cops to get involved, and if anything, the cops might actually escalate the situation.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm very much in support of something like that. He wanted, I didn't see free public transport across the board, but wanted free buses. I'm kind of in favor of that, to be honest. With the taxes you're going to pay in New York City.
Exactly. You might as well fucking have free transportation.
Might have something, dude. You might have something. I kind of agree with that. Oh, rent freezing was another thing. That's impossible when you're talking about...
That's not good.
So that means that people
I don't think that's good.
It's not. We could talk about it. So he wanted rent freezing. He wants to go against landlords' abuses while also freezing rent, which is infeasible.
It's infeasible, but I understand where there could be different viewpoints on it, where that they would think that's necessary, because there's a lot of piece of shit fucking landlords.
I agree. I agree. Let me just think if there's another big one. Some of the stuff was smaller, still impactful, but smaller. Like free libraries and stuff, or not free libraries. Libraries are already free. Enhanced libraries, like basically getting them back up to snuff. Agree with that, actually. That's actually a good move. I feel like I'm missing another big one, but at the end of the day, the rent freeze, the raise in wage, and the government-run grocery stores are like the big things. And you can go on his website; they're all right there. It's not like he's
already government-run grocery stores in the city.
No.
Well, dude, with all like the food stamps and shit like that, and all the government programs, is it an enhancement to that?
That's different. No. He literally wants the.
That sounds like socialism or whatever the fuck. Communism, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So, and I had to do this actually today because I thought I understood the difference between socialism and communism, and I didn't. So for those of you out there that are kind of questioning, very brief, it's not the full explanation, but essentially communism is, I'll call it the end goal of socialism, but it's not. Reason I'm going to say it's not is because you have places that will claim that, especially Americans will claim they're socialist. If you asked like someone who lived there, they would tell you you're fucking crazy. But Norway, Sweden, Denmark, these places are referred to as socialist by Americans. What are they really? Democratic socialists, or they are capitalist markets with a lot of social safety nets.
Which people don't see that at all because they don't understand it. And I don't understand it.
Yeah, to a point. Yeah. But so there's a difference between that, and that's probably our best version to explain what socialism is, even though it's not perfect socialism. Communism is allegedly, the goal is no actual state, which is impossible. So you have no government, you have no state. Classless, so everybody's equal.
The same off the board.
Yep, everybody's equal. And it's, so in socialism, it's supposed to be owned by the people. There is no ownership.
Yes. There's no ownership.
No ownership, yeah. So like owning property in a communistic, a utopian communistic society, owning property would be illegal. Whereas owning property in a socialist society, according to what would be the perfect socialist, which I don't think exists, it's actually possible to have like your own car. For instance, stuff like that. So when you're going towards, what this guy's talking about, I think it's a lot more socialist, especially since you still have voting involved. It doesn't make it any better. Especially since, like, for instance, that $30 minimum wage fiscally does not make any sense. You know, people complain about, you know, my sandwich costs $15. Well, what's the minimum wage?
Yeah.
In New Jersey, it's $15.
So in my eyes, that would be that, and the rent thing that you pointed out. Those are the fucking come on. You know what I mean? That's the fucking
ceiling.
Yep. Whether that really happens or not, that's just to get his fucking votes from people that
That
are
was another point.
lazy as shit.
That
and
was
don't wanna
another
do
point
anything.
that I made. Yeah, it was that, you know, all politicians lie. It doesn't matter if you're a Trump fan, a Biden fan, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden.
They all
I've already
fucking
said
lie.
Joe Biden,
Yeah.
Bush, Clinton, Obama. They all lie in order to get themselves elected, and that's understandable, especially in a society like ours where it's democratic. It's not a democracy, but it's democratic.
People are dumb as shit too.
It's understandable. The bigger point is, again, like I'll call back, it's what he can actually institute. He will get probably one of those big three in.
Yeah.
You know, and
100%.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad. Where you talk about rent freezes. Well, okay, let's go down that avenue first because there's a couple things there. You're going to freeze rents, which means that somebody who owns a piece of property is not going to be able to charge the market value for their property.
Which is
for
not
rent.
good because
Okay.
who's gonna fucking take it over when you fucking foreclose on it? Sorry, I'm getting way too ahead of myself.
We could talk about
But,
though, because
yeah.
that's a good point. But okay, but just follow the logic that he's putting out. So you want to freeze the rent. Guy's not going to be able to charge, or guy or woman, doesn't matter, is not going to be able to charge the market rate. But now at the same time, you're going to crack down on bad landlords
Yeah.
who, you know, for his example was don't have adequate heat, don't have adequate AC. Well, hold on, let's do a little bit of math here. They're barely able to cover the nut of their mortgage that they need to pay because you froze the rent. Now you're going to tell them that them not fixing the AC, the heat, the cooking appliances, whatever, in a timely manner is against the law, and now you're going to, whatever, fire them, foreclose them. I don't know what the plan is because there was no detailed plan on what's done. It was just saying we want to crack down on it, whatever that means. How is that possible?
It makes zero sense.
Now, let's talk about that other point that you just brought up. Okay, who's going to buy it?
The motherfuckers with money that don't care.
What is the, well,
That just want
what
the
are
power.
the biggest landowners that are now coming into realization in the United States? It's these massive multinational corporations where you're talking about BlackRock, Vanguard. All these places own so much land in the United States, but there's actually also international interests where you're talking about Chinese-owned farms across America, Chinese-owned farms, right? Just general land that's being bought up by China or other countries. You talk about Saudi Arabia money. We are not actually doing the best that we possibly could for the American people.
No, not at all.
You know, when you're talking about like a farm, you know, use that as an example, and it has nothing to do with NYC. We're pulling this out to, you know, rural America, which is fine. Someone from another country or a corporation from another country buys up your farmland. What is the goal? It's not to help out the citizenry.
Not the fucking hell, yeah.
It's not to help out the citizenry. The goal is to make a profit.
Yeah. And you would
You know,
hope it's not to fucking destroy us.
At the end of the day, Americans are very profit driven, and that's understood. I think we all can kind of understand that. We do a lot of what we do in order to make enough money. Okay. But now it's, if you're willing to sell out to those type of people, it's kind of guaranteed that that's going to happen. Why not make the farm bigger? Use pesticides that aren't controlled. Whatever you need to do to keep the cost down to make enough money, that's what they're going to do. And that's a scary thought in and of itself.
Horrifying. And that goes across the board for what we were just talking about, whether it's farmland or fucking owning apartment buildings in New York City or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, in the Bronx, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it does go across the board, and whether you're talking, like you said, the people that are going to buy are the people that don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck at all. They don't give a fuck about a profit or not. They just want to have the space.
And those people, they're going to benefit from something like a rent freeze. They're gonna really do well. You know, and then you talk about that $30 minimum wage is kind of simple, but like I just said a little earlier, your sandwich costs $15 and you're upset about it. Well, what do you think happens when the minimum wage is 15 or goes from 15 to 30?
It's literally going to be a
sandwich
$20.
gonna be $30.
Yeah, like literally, it's going to have to double a fucking minimum. That's what I don't understand. I don't know how anybody's in favor of that. Like, are people really that fucking blind, bro?
Well,
Work harder. I'm sorry.
People got to work harder. A lot of this shit is just built off people being fucking lazy and not wanting to work
This is
hard.
tying in a lot of different conversations,
I
but I
know.
think that I think it's important. This is the rambling part. This is why I wanted to bring it up because I know
Yeah.
it's fun to talk shit. When the minimum, I was looking this up to verify because I saw a post and I was blown away. So I had to look it up, and it's true. When the minimum wage was instituted, at first, it was sometime in the 70s, I believe, you were able to purchase the equivalent of an ounce of gold. Now, this is not really feasible, but if every bit of what you're earning for about 3 to 5 days was saved up and bought gold, you'd be able to buy an ounce of gold. Now, if you were earning minimum wage, it would take something like 40 to 50 days if you saved every penny that you earned.
Which will never happen. You can't do
never
that.
happen.
Yeah.
But it would take, what is that? About 10.5 times or so
Yeah.
the amount of time in order to actually buy an ounce of gold.
How's that
So
even make
an ounce
sense?
of gold
Yeah.
is a good relative to what is the actual market because gold
Yeah.
holds value. They call it an inflation hedge. So if
Yeah.
things inflate,
Buy gold.
gold is actually still going to maintain market value.
Yeah.
Our dollar's no longer tied to gold, but that's beside the point. Point being is when it was instituted, it was, minimum wage was not a small amount. Now you look at it and you're like, if I earn minimum wage, I'm not going to be able to live. Think about it in your case. Think about it in my case. I wouldn't be able to live.
I wouldn't be able to I mean, I'd be able to live because I live at home, but like,
You'd have to sell everything that's
have to
costing
sell
you money right
everything,
now.
bro. Like, you wouldn't
You'd
be
probably
able
have
to do
sell
anything.
your camera equipment. You'd have to sell everything.
Just be able to
dude.
buy food every week and shit.
You wouldn't be able to afford living somewhere.
No,
Right.
not even
So
close.
that's an argument against why we should raise the minimum wage. But I think there's a point hidden in the whole conversation about minimum wage specifically that people don't understand. When you're living in an American society, capitalist society, well, really any society, but specific to our case, minimum wage is not whatever number that the government throws out. It's zero.
Yeah.
If you don't have a job, you are earning zero. That's the real minimum wage. So whatever number you want to bump it up to,
You're right.
if you are not able to find work, your wage is $0. You might get unemployment for a bit, or you might not. But at the end of the day, once that runs out, you're at zero.
Yeah.
$0 is the real minimum wage, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Increasing it artificially does nothing good.
Nothing good.
Nothing good. And what it also does, so in a state like ours, we're not too different from New York City, but the minimum wage is somewhere around $15 an hour, give or take. I think it's a little more, but something like that. You just undercut when we first started working.
Dude.
You were the first job. I think that
you were my first real job.
the first
yeah.
job. I think it was either $7.25 or $8.25.
Something.
I think it was like $8.25.
I think that's the number that came to mind. Yeah.
I think it was $8.25. Since the time that we started working to the time that Lorenzo, so 4 years, by the time Lorenzo was working, minimum wage was already like $12.
Holy shit! I didn't even realize that.
And I think I was barely above that by the time I was 18 years old.
Holy
barely
shit.
above it. But it's this can't be good
No.
because, the grunt, the labor that you don't even know if they're coming back next year from a business perspective. You don't even know if they're going to come back next year to work again.
Is it worth giving them that much fucking
Is
money?
it worth giving them
Yeah.
$15? So now, what would I be better off doing? Would I be better off hiring that 14-year-old that may or may not come back, or do I just pay a couple dollars above minimum and go find someone who I know, not necessarily they're going to come back next year, but
They'll be solid.
they're going to be good as they come in,
Productive. Yeah.
more productive.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem, is that you're undercutting that starting job for
Yeah.
everybody. Because now, people complain about, I need so much experience to get a job, I don't have enough experience, or I don't have whatever requisite knowledge. Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Because you can't start at the bottom. You,
can't
need
even-
to
yeah.
start almost more close to the middle, but it's impossible if you never had a job.
Then it just turns into who you know who could get you a job so that you could actually get that. That's fucking impossible, bro. That makes it
Exactly.
impossible for 99% of people that don't have an in. With
Exactly.
anything.
And it makes me feel really bad about the position that I started in, because I have this family business that's
Yeah.
been running for however many years. But at the end of the day, I look around and I'm like, I can't believe that talking about one of my coworkers, I don't even believe that you can work here.
Yeah.
How can you make ends meet? The point is that at any other place, they might be making minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a crazy thought.
Fucking nuts is that, bro.
It's a crazy thought. I don't think there's a good solution, though.
No, exactly. That's the fucking part of the problem.
Because our dollar's not tied to gold, so there's no actual relative value.
All the issues come back to the biggest issue, where it's just our currency isn't like worth shit.
I don't
a lot of
disagree
things.
with it.
Yeah.
I don't disagree
It's
with it.
because there's so many different angles to that,
We
too.
are still, allegedly, we are still the fiat currency of the world.
Yeah.
Or fiat's, I think, the wrong word. Whatever.
Whatever
We
it is,
are
yeah.
the most used currency of the world. People trade off of dollar as their value amount.
Yeah.
Okay. But it is very, very worthless. And why is it worthless? Well, it actually makes sense from a government perspective to pay, take loans and pay interest, because over time, whatever debt you owed 30 years ago, we'll say during the Clinton administration, is now worth like peanuts.
Yeah.
Whatever debt you took out back then is worth peanuts now.
Yeah.
You just paid off. Yeah. So it just doesn't make
bro.
sense. And
Yeah, it's
COVID,
almost like it's...
COVID was the worst time, dude. We
COVID
actually
was
saw
horrible, bro.
the value of our money
Crash, bro.
in half. It was worth
Crash.
half. After COVID was done, our money was worth half of what it was before.
That was planned, bro.
Well,
Had to be.
talk about that. We're about to
Yeah.
get kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah,
again,
literally,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, dude. No, so that's crazy. And so when we talk about this guy that's running in New York City, and he's going to win, it's just a matter of
Yeah, it seems like that,
from
right?
from what I can tell, that guy Adams, who's the mayor right now, he's weak and he's running as an independent. Cuomo is allegedly running as an independent. That's the guy Guy Mamdani, that's the socialist. I'll call him a socialist.
Mm-hmm.
He beat him out for the Democratic candidacy.
Isn't Cuomo a piece of shit?
He's a piece of garbage. The fact that he was
Yeah.
even there goes to show how weak the Democratic Party is in New York City.
Yeah.
So they're weak. The Republican,
And no Republican will win in New York.
Republican
Yeah.
seems really weak.
Yeah.
The only case that could be made, and I don't think it's implausible, I just think it's unlikely, is that Adams stays in, Cuomo stays in, and then this guy Mamdani is the Democratic elect, which he is. They actually end up splitting the vote, and the
Yeah.
Republican ekes his way through. That's the only possibility I see of
That
New
he-
York City
yeah.
not electing this guy.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he's getting in.
100, it's almost guaranteed.
It's almost guaranteed. And then
Yeah.
it's a matter of, again, I'll call back to what I've been saying, how much of his policy that he claims to want to do, how much can he actually get through?
What is he actually going to do? Yeah, what's actually going to be foreseen or whatever the fuck? What is actually going to
Yeah,
be
and there's a certain amount
implemented?
of like state legislature, city politics that needs to be played in order for him to get stuff in.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be, my opinion is that if he's able to push through, even one of those big three, whether it be the rent freeze, the
Still not
government-run
good,
grocery
yeah.
stores, or the minimum wage, even one of those three is going to really, really hurt the quality of life in the city.
Let's
And we'll
hope
just
it's
have
the
to see.
fucking supermarkets out of all those things.
Yeah, as long as there's still private supermarkets allowed.
Yes, exactly. If
I
that
would
was-
agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
That was what I was off that I was just assuming other supermarkets would still be allowed.
Yeah, I would agree with that
Because you would hope it would be in place for lower income people. That's the
Yeah.
reason. But that's probably the way they're pitching it. I have no clue. Has to be.
It's more like the whole pitch is that food prices as a whole have gone so high that it's unaffordable to the average
Yeah,
person.
so let the government regulate
Which I
it.
don't disagree with.
It's true.
But the
It is.
solution is
that's a horrible
it's infeasible.
solution.
So allegedly
Yeah.
they want to buy it and sell it at wholesale rates, so no profit. Yeah, right. Government run, government employees type of thing. And, you just think about the classic example, but I don't think it's wrong, is you look at it from perspective of like, well, how does the DMV run?
Yeah, dude. How's the post office run? How's it?
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Right. So,
Dude, you'll be chewing on fucking microchips, bro. If you let them fucking
yeah,
with
and
that.
I think when it comes down to it, if you're being honest about it, like their selection's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
The prices are not going to be any better or worse.
It's just gonna
than
taste
anywhere
like
else.
cardboard. Be biting into a fucking wafer, and it's gonna literally just be
But
cardboard.
your options are probably going to be limited.
Yeah.
You'll probably like have 7,000 bottles of orange juice, no apple juice, no
Yeah.
cranberry juice. You'll have whatever they
Whatever's
could have bought.
doing good, whatever they have a surplus
Not even
of.
whatever they have a surplus.
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. You'll buy one loaf of bread. The loaf of bread might be the worst one in the world, multi-grain, multi-nut type of thing, but
Limited to 2 or 3, maybe at most.
that type of thing.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think
that's a horrible idea.
I think that's what you're going to see. Now, again, I could be proven wrong. I don't think that that's the best idea. I think the best idea that he has, realistically, is that thing with the community safety program.
Very smart, because
I do
there's too
actually-
much action going on at all times for cops to
for
respond
cops to be handling everything,
yeah.
and I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, again, is that something he'll be able to push through? We don't know.
Yeah,
It'll really be a wait and see.
You got to really organize that and have a game plan for that, and have every situation kind of thought through for a solution to push that through. You got to have a lot of good evidence to be able to.
I think so, dude.
Yeah.
What else is crazy? So the last crazy thing I wanted to ask you about, I'll ask it on the show. Normally I would ask you just in person, but just see what you think. How do you feel about Trump just throwing bombs at Iran?
Dude. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I know you're probably not a fan of that either, dude. Not close.
Even.
Yeah.
Go watch my show, man.
Yeah.
Go watch my show. Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I was glad that, I'm not going to say I was wrong about the whole thing. I was the whole time just saying, like, I do not think that this was the right course of action. Could have been many other courses taken.
Yeah.
I'm glad that things played out the way they have so far. They are technically, Israel and Iran, in a ceasefire. It's not an armistice, not peace.
Yes,
It's
ceasefire.
So that could resume.
So, my whole understanding of this, actually, what I hope was that we did not bomb them. We bombed where they were creating nuclear weapons.
They weren't even creating nuclear weapons.
Really?
According to Tulsi Gabbard, is the what is she? The Director of National Intelligence. I think that's her DNI. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So she gave a report in March, I believe, saying that there is no evidence
Of a nuclear threat from them?
They are. This is true. They were refining uranium or processing uranium at a higher rate than you would expect for nuclear power and for whatever nuclear they need for
energy and whatnot.
Well, that's the power, but there's another one for medical use, so like radiation therapy and
Cancer
stuff like that.
treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it was a higher number. I think they said something like 60% country running off power plus the medical would only expect to be needing like 25 or so.
Okay.
So they're like way above what you would expect, but there's no evidence other than that they're actually producing.
No hard evidence that they have a lair where they're making
Correct.
bombs and shit.
And there's no evidence that they even have the capability and whatnot.
Yeah.
And furthermore, if they were to start developing a weapon, it would take something like at least 12 to 18 months at the lowest.
Okay.
In order to actually develop one. So not at any sort of threat, and yet we went ahead and attacked the facility, which we did. We did not attack like Tehran. We attacked the nuclear facilities, allegedly. If you're going to believe everything Trump says, which obviously I think you're crazy if you do, we had a very direct impact, made a lot of threat. If you're going to believe what Iran says, which I don't think anybody should, especially if you're an American, they moved their stockpile and their stockpile wasn't hit. So at the end of the day, the
I don't think they would
truth
be
is probably somewhere in the middle.
in the middle. I don't think they would be in a ceasefire if we didn't hit something that was very
Valuable.
important of protecting them.
I don't disagree with that. I just, at the end of the day, why do, this is me, I might sound a little anti-American here, but I'm being honest. Why do we get to tell the world who does and does not get to hold nuclear weapons?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Especially when someone like Russia, who's supposed to be our biggest adversary, has one. China has them.
Yeah, and
North
we're
Korea
not fucking
has
attacking them.
Israel has them. Nobody wants to admit it, but Israel has them. So a whole bunch of places that I assume we wouldn't want to have them.
Yeah, exactly. See, that does
Why
make
do we
it
get
seem
to
like we're
control it?
sucking off Israel.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah. And
why are we sucking anyone off?
if you
We're
saw
America.
the video of Trump responding to basically both of them, Israel and Iran, breaking the ceasefire, he was very upset. So you hope that breeded a little bit of like, all right, I'm not going to listen to you guys on every bit of intel or whatever at this point, but it is still, to me, I was not a huge fan of the attack.
No. Why the fuck are we in there? Why are we doing anything?
Why are we involved?
It's a whole sea away, bro. Let them figure it out. Let fucking... Dude, like literally, dude, I could go on for fucking... America is an idea. America is a thought. America is within the people of America. It's not like us anymore, you know what I mean? It's like America isn't America anymore in the way that it was during World War II.
Never really was, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true, too. Yeah,
it really was. Like, our whole country is founded on a couple pieces of paper. That's being a little broad, but realistically, yeah. So it is it's a crazy thought. And I also think, like, when we go back and talk about, throughout this whole conversation and creative freedom, being able to do what you want to do what you think has an impact, and wanting to make connections and stuff, like putting our citizenry at such a vulnerable spot,
Yep.
especially financially, over the past, I would say, 30-ish years, probably even go back to Reagan, so going back about 50 years.
Kind of evil.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Kind of anti-American.
It's anti-American, and I think that it's been done so much on the personal politician trying to seek power,
Yeah.
rather than the better interest of Americans.
America.
That's where I think we're at.
That's where America's been lost.
Yeah, and so I'd like to hope that we have an ability to return to a pro-American way of view. By pro-American, I think even in World War II, you have some pretty glaring examples of us being very aggressive. You want to talk about like dropping of a nuclear bomb on a country that may or may not have been willing to surrender closely anyway.
Yeah.
Dropping 2 of them, actually.
Literally 2 of them.
Yeah.
Killing a lot of civilians.
Killing a lot of civilians. There were some actions taken that you could say do not seem to line up with the core values of America. You can make that point for almost anything that we've done as a country, but can we get back to something that's like pro-America, but it also like, this is probably something that we actually talked about a long time ago, like, do you need to step on someone and put them down in order to take a step up, or can you just evolve in your own right?
Yes.
Why not? Like, why can't we just be our own thing and just get better here?
It's like everything's been clouded by ego and power, completely clouded by it. And everybody's just, like, people, like, at least I think this is around the world, but at least for American society, it's like completely dystopian. Completely fucking dystopian. And we're just used to it. We're living in it, so we don't see it that way.
So used to it, dude.
Yeah, we're completely used to it. We don't see it that way. But the reality is that us as people are so fucked up.
Yeah.
So fucked up. And like the reason I love this country so much, like I love America as the idea of America. When you think of America, at least, I don't know, we're 25. If you're our age, I think a lot of people, if you think of America, you think of America for being whatever the fuck America is, you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
That's America. That idea that
Freedom,
America,
guns, being able to do what you want, as long as you're not getting in the way of people.
being proud of that,
Being proud of being
not
American.
being egotistical, but being proud of like this is me. Like anybody that's proud of their country, simple as that. But there's too many different things in America that are just completely clouding.
Well, also,
like-
so I'll ask as a follow-up, that's the ideal that we have in our head, and I definitely have a very similar view of America if you were just to tell me the word.
Yeah.
Is that actually how it feels as of the last 10 years?
Not at all. I don't think it does.
Doesn't
at
it
all.
feel like our thought is being policed?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like they haven't made too many attacks on our guns in a while, but even Trump went against a lot of Second Amendment things in his first term, not so much as I know, not so much in his second term so far, but almost every president's done some sort of measure of curtailing the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
You're talking about like attachment on weapons, what kind of weapons you can use, type of stuff. Second Amendment's been hindered. What does it mean to be American? Like Trump in his first, in 2015, so when he was running to get elected in 2016.
Like that was American. You know
That
what
seemed
I mean?
like American.
That was American.
That seemed like American.
Exactly.
In 2020, he didn't seem like American. And 2024, he didn't seem it either. I mean, he seemed, again, better than the alternative,
Yeah.
but not American.
Yeah.
Just, again, like, it seemed
We were
like
seeing
went
glimpses of it that were pretty
Every now and
intense, though.
every now and then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like when he got fucking almost clipped. Like you saw America there.
Right,
kinda.
okay, so let me ask you something.
A lot of people came together for that from both sides.
They did. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this, though. Isn't it a little weird that he doesn't seem to want to find out what the fuck happened that day? He's president now.
Maybe he's doing it behind closed doors.
I would hope.
I would hope.
hope.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. You know, he doesn't have to put it out there. It doesn't matter. You should be looking into that a little bit more. Should be understanding it. The problem with it, what I was going to say about the Second Amendment shit, there needs to be some, like, I'm all for like, it's just, there's so much, a lot of motherfuckers that have guns shouldn't. or like.
I don't disagree.
But a lot
How
of the
many of
people
those-
doing bad things are getting it illegally
But
anyway.
I was gonna say, how
Yeah.
many of those people that shouldn't have guns that
shouldn't
do
have a
them,
gun? Like they
They're
sh-
actually illegal guns.
Yes, exactly. So that's where things get a little
Dicey.
dicey.
Because
Exactly.
you don't know how to legislate that.
Yep, you can't. You almost
If
can't.
here's the biggest problem with going against Second Amendment. We are so far in the weeds, by the way, people.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
still
yeah.
here, you are a real one.
Yeah, literally.
But if you are to make a law against some form or another of Second Amendment, or just against firearms, which is the biggest proponent of Second Amendment, you're not going to make a law against swords. You're going to make a law against guns.
Yeah.
Right? You're taking away the rights and abilities of law-abiding citizens. You're not taking
Exactly.
the rights and the
Criminals are always going to be criminals.
right.
That's the fucking problem, bro.
Right.
And you see it because of our society. So many more people with mental fucking health issues that are turning into criminals doing the worst shit. So like, what do? You got to start killing sick people.
Vinny's getting shot now.
Yeah,
He's getting
literally.
dragged in. I think I was actually talking to my dad about this probably a few months back. The biggest hindrance to that is that we don't have any place for really mentally sick people to go. They are just out on the streets. They are, you look at the streets of California, you look at Colorado was
bad,
it for a
bro.
bit.
Yeah.
The streets in New York City. There's people who should not be out on the street. They should be institutionalized to a degree or another. Maybe not permanently, but they should have somewhere to be to get the treatment that they need.
Yeah.
Should be state funded.
That should be where the
honest.
money goes. Shit like that.
I agree completely. We don't have those places anymore
No.
because as a nation we decided that
There's nothing wrong with them. They're just different.
that's
part
not
of
true. I think the bigger argument was, and this was true in some cases, not true in others, but there is some validity to this, that we were not treating those people with respect. We
Yeah,
were
okay.
putting those people,
Yeah.
think about a schizophrenic. We were putting those people into a place where they could not actually have a good life.
They were just locked up.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't have a great word of describing it, but we were essentially robbing them of the,
The right to be a
you
human.
you have the right to, under American, this was in the Declaration of Independence, I believe, the right to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Yep.
You are robbing them of their pursuit of happiness.
Because there used to be, and this is where, like, going back in the day where things were fucked up, people were fucked up back then because people, like,
100%.
the mentality from that is that they're sick instead of just being like, they just need help. They're not sick in a negative way. Maybe it is negative, but a lot of these people need help. But that's where, like, the old, like, boomers and shit around that time, even farther back, like, bro, we're really fucking lobotomizing people because they're fucking...
Isn't that a crazy
what
fucking
the
thing?
fuck was that?
Isn't that a crazy fucking thing?
You're
Yeah.
jamming a fucking rod into people's eyeball and screwing their brain because I'm depressed. Okay, well, we have this treatment for you. What the fuck is that? That's not like,
Yeah.
that's the whole stigma. That's the mentality right there. It's just like, oh, there's something wrong with you. That's the fix.
Well, I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to apologize to the people, too. We're not experts. We have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, like
here.
quite literally.
To
yeah.
a degree. But I think also it's important because we are very normal people. I think an important part to bring up there, too, is like, as much as I would like to see somewhere for these people to go and not be stuck out on the street begging for money or causing mayhem or maybe getting into crime, I would love that. We do not have the treatment of mental illness down
No,
as a country.
not
And that's
fucking
obvious.
all. Yeah,
that's obvious.
not at
'Cause
all.
How many people, too, like we grew up in that era where there was a lot of, I go to my therapist, I go to my psychiatrist type of thing, I take these pills and blah, blah, blah. We saw pill problems out the ass in our school, let alone anywhere else. We do not have doctors and or nurses or people who actually have a grasp or a good grasp.
Yeah.
There's probably some, but few and far between, of what they're giving to these people and their actual effects of what they're giving these people.
It sucks because the whole mentality is just numb them out so they don't feel anything.
Yes, and how many people have you seen? So my follow-up to that was, how many people have you seen that we're personally connected to? Because I've seen enough to know that it happens, that the drugs that these people are given who are claiming to have some sort of mental thing going on, whether it's anxiety, depression, manic episodes,
It ain't
mood
fixing
disorders.
shit. It's just
Not
blanking
only
them
is
out.
not only is it not fixing anything, but God forbid these people want to get off the medications that they
Then
take.
it's impossible,
It
and
actually
they're worse.
causes worse
Yeah.
problems. It makes them go in a deeper hole.
Yeah.
That's a major problem. If we were
Huge,
to
bro.
if we were to actually, my biggest fear is if we were to have an institution to put these people that are out on the street that shouldn't be into, we might make them worse.
Yeah.
I don't think we would necessarily kill them, but there's no way you're letting them back out
Yeah.
after they're getting treated here because they're more fucked up than when they came in, just based on how we treat them.
It's because a lot of it comes down to the real way to fix a lot of things is unconventional. They need real spiritual work. They need,
I don't disagree with that.
They need their soul cleansed.
I don't
you know what
disagree
I mean?
with that, and I think that also brings up a good point. Can't wait for the show next week where I'll be having someone on who might be able to have an opinion on this. But getting religion involved, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that necessarily needs to be Catholic, Judaism, Muslim, or
Just
anything.
some sort of
Like, what do you feel, and how do we get that out of you so that you're, when I'm talking to you virtually as one of these people who needs
Yeah,
help,
yeah.
like, you need to see something that is a bigger purpose than just yourself.
Yeah.
You need to understand that you have a higher calling than just being this drug addicted or depressed or
just being
anxious
a regular
person.
human.
But how do we even get there?
Yeah.
Like, what is your basis of, I am a human being, I deserve freedom, happiness. How do I get there?
Yeah.
If you have no baseline and you don't believe that you deserve that, it's going to be impossible to get you there.
Impossible.
And that's a very spiritual thing. I
And
agree.
that's why that almost needs to be taught when we're younger, so that it's instilled in us a little more.
How many of us rejected something like CCD? Now, the
It
way
doesn't
that
have
they
to
did
be-
it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm talking from something that I know you can relate to me on.
Exactly.
But we rejected it, but also the way that they taught it
It wasn't the right way to go about it. I don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock on a Sunday as a
In my
kid
opinion,
to fucking
not
go
a
there.
way to go
Yeah.
about it. If you're looking for positive results,
Yeah, exactly.
it might have positive results for 5% of the kids.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're looking for it to grab the masses, how many
Can't do
people
that.
got steered away from the religion itself just based on the way that they were
Yeah.
teaching it as kids?
100%.
It's bad. Dude.
Because, dude, you want to know all the horrific examples of my parents were fucking like Jesus freaks that would scold me for thinking a different way when it's like that's the overall, like that's on a bigger sense that, you know what I mean?
Well,
In
tell
a
me
bigger
if I'm
sense.
tell me if I'm missing the mark here too. Parents were Jesus freaks because I'll say mine weren't freaks, but they definitely wanted that to be taught.
Which is,
But they don't embody it themselves.
okay,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah. The church doesn't embody themselves.
You're telling me one thing, you don't live this way, but you want me to live a certain
Yep.
way that you don't even live to yourself.
Yep.
What is that's a big
And then you just
contradiction.
lose it. You don't give a fuck. You're like, okay, whatever.
Well, I'm going to
Clearly
hope that I
that
get
ain't
to, big shout out here, Mr. Tuma's class who doesn't give a fuck and doesn't teach it at all and just give me a pass.
Dude, honestly though, those classes were so great.
It was a good time.
It was
It was
such a good time.
Did you learn anything though?
I didn't learn anything, and it wasn't a lasting effect religiously for me. But I look back on it and I'm like,
Not a bad time. There are some
Yeah,
good memories
yeah.
there, right? But I literally had a woman who genuinely cared about
yes,
my
yeah.
class's involvement, personally, class's involvement in being spiritual, in
Yes.
getting involved in the religion. And she got mad at us when we would fuck off.
Yeah.
And I ran away from that to be in a class. Like I heard
Yeah,
all
to
these
have fun,
stories.
Yeah, there needed to be
Not
a
even
good
just
middle
have fun,
ground.
just
But
not to be like you said. Wake up at 8 o'clock. At that point, it wasn't 8 o'clock, but wake up early on a
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
I'd rather be anywhere else, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting yelled at like I'm in school.
Exactly.
I just don't want to be here right now.
yeah,
So again, I think the way that they went about it was incorrect, and I also think that it set us up, us as a group, for
just straying away.
straying.
Yeah,
That's a good way of putting it.
yeah,
Straying away, not being a part of it, and I think it has broader effects on the society too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Because that's just one religion.
exactly, but that's the grand scheme of things. Like you could just say that for every fucking religion at this point. Yeah,
And I think too, like look back on like they called it social studies. They tried to teach us a little bit about every religion. It still wasn't appealing.
yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah,
like,
people
oh,
need
I
to
would
find
love
it
to be a
themselves
Hindu.
to a certain degree. Yeah,
I would love to be a Hindu. Like, no, they didn't paint a great picture of that either. They
Yeah,
didn't create a great picture of Muslims or Judaism.
because we're not even learning the truth about that shit. Like we don't really
Correct.
like
Correct. So surface level.
Yeah, so surface level. Like, I actually got, not into it, but like, the Hindu religion, or whatever it's called, you know?
Sure. Hinduism, whatever.
Fascinates the fuck out of me.
It is fascinating.
Fascinates the fuck out of
It
me.
is fascinating.
But like, we weren't learning the things that fascinated me back then. We were just learning about India, bro.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
and just
Correct.
basic level shit.
Yeah.
But like, then you dig into it yourself, and it's like, wow, this
Well,
is
you'll
fucking
find
amazing.
very different things, and
Yeah.
you might also gravitate towards a thing that would interest you.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, dude. So, but to go back on the main point to be made there, I think that there is a spiritual fix that's needed, and it's not very
Yeah.
accepted by our modern way of
It isn't
life.
at all, because people are so caught up in being
Anti.
yeah.
What's the word that I'm looking for? When you want to go against the grain. Against the
Like
grain is
edgy
a fine way
almost.
of
I know what you
putting
mean.
it, but whatever. John will make fun of
Defiant.
me if he listens to this. But against the system,
Yeah.
you want to go against what is accepted as normal, but we've come so far that actually going against the system at this point is being religious.
Yeah, you're right. That's
really
how
weird.
far we've strayed off. It's like, how fucking crazy is that?
It's wild.
Like, now it's like, bro, what the fuck? if you're fucking for the police, if you back the blue or whatever the fuck you want to say, that's defiant.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, and we've strayed, so we've just been doing 360s.
Well, if I can end it on anything, it's that everything is kind of a bell curve. At some point, or
Yeah.
a bell curve or a pendulum, depending on when, you're going to get back to every other way of thinking.
It's just the baseline. It gets fucked up more and more every time.
That's where I feel like we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really far down the line here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrifying, bro.
We'll have to see, dude. But, Finn,
Solid.
I think this might be a good place to end it before we go way too down. in the
Yeah,
weeds.
because we do this every time we hang out, so. Yeah, God knows all the conversation we can't put out, so.
I'll be putting this together. Everybody else got a pretty good interview, supposedly, coming out
Hell
next
yeah.
week. We'll see how that goes. Be on the lookout for that. Finn, it was awesome having you, dude.
Sorry for my fucked up stomach. Everybody was probably hearing that shit.
I'll be trying to cut it out.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Oh, shit.
Where can everybody find you?
Instagram, fucking Striggs with 3 Z's, STRIGZZZ. Fucking, you just look up Striggs, you'll find my accounts. Or Striggs Garage on YouTube.
Easy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There you go. You know where to find the man if you like his stuff. You like them here.
Yeah.
He's got a lot more good stuff and a lot more focused stuff on what he actually enjoys, not just
Exactly.
talking bullshit about politics. So, everybody else, I will catch you next week.
I wish I
Peace
wanna
out.
fucking stay. I wanna be something, not nothing. Trapped inside my dream and I'm running away from these demons. But the feeling's so good, I'ma keep dreaming.